to consider the possibility that the Indiana Fever are in on the plot to destroy Caitlin Clark. Stephanie White is an idiot, should be fired.
Social media is exploding with activity. Reporters covering sports are rushing. The fans are going crazy.
Why?
Because rumors are circulating through Gainbridge Fieldhouse's hallways like wildfire. Is the great Boston Celtic Larry Bird, the hick from French Lick himself, really thinking about rejoining the Indiana Fever as a coach? The Indiana Fever, riding the great wave of Caitlin Clark's rookie boom, has finished their most successful season in almost 10 years. This is where it becomes crazy, though. Despite leading the squad to their first postseason trip since 2016, Christy Sides was fired as head coach in October 2024. Stephanie White was reinstated as the organization's new head coach. Larry Bird hasn't been a coach since his amazing 3-year run with the Indiana Pacers from 1997 to 2000, during which he accomplished something that still shivers basketball purists. But what if, hear me out, there's more to this story than meets the eye? With an impressive 147-67 record and a trip to the NBA Finals in 2000, he turned a struggling team into a serious contender for the championship.
Fakes it and shoots it good. Bird have had great games against each other this year. DJ in the lane, Bird the follow-away is good.
But it was 25 years ago. According to popular belief, the man's coaching days are over at the age of 68. However, Larry Bird has always defied common opinion. 2 days ago, the community was rocked by something that basketball insiders disclosed. Even Larry Bird acknowledged that he still gets the coaching itch occasionally. Take a moment to consider that. The man who redefined basketball as a player, built championship teams as an executive, and changed the Pacers as a coach still has that competitive spirit blazing within him. This is where the tale takes a drastic turn that nobody anticipated. The Indiana Fever organization is no longer merely a WNBA team. It's a goldmine for them. In addition to breaking records, Caitlin Clark's debut season completely destroyed them. Attendance increased dramatically. The number of people watching television skyrocketed. Sales of merchandise skyrocketed. The Fever transformed from a struggling squad to the most watched and discussed team in women's basketball history.
Yeesh, guys. It's wild that a league would do this to the one person in their 20-plus years of existence who could actually pull them out of obscurity and into the spotlight.
However, pressure comes with success. Tremendous pressure. The kind of pressure that calls for a legendary coach, not just any coach. Someone who is familiar in managing superstar talent. Someone who has experienced the intense strain of meeting championship standards. Someone who can turn untapped talent into the stuff of champions. And now for Larry Bird. Consider the incredibly astounding connections that exist here. Bird worked for the Indiana Pacers for many years in a variety of capacities, including consultant, president of basketball operations, and coach. He is more knowledgeable about Indiana basketball than most people in the world. Under Herb Simon, the Pacers and Fever are owned by the same group. The same building is where they play. In a sense, they are family.
This is the one that will blow your mind, though.
Women's basketball has never been coached by Larry Bird. Never, ever. This is the ultimate unexplored territory for a man who overcame every obstacle the basketball world threw at him. The last frontier for a legendary figure who has nothing left to prove. Not only is the timing ideal, but it's also really terrifying. There is more to Caitlin Clark than meets the eye. She is a multi-generational talent who is compared to the best basketball players of all time. She requires a coach who knows what it's like to bear the responsibility of a whole sport. Larry Bird bore the burden throughout the whole 1980s, when he and Magic Johnson made the NBA into a worldwide sensation and saved it from extinction. Who are you currently enjoying watching? Who is everyone enjoying watching?
You enjoying watching right now?
Who is everyone enjoying watching? Caitlin Clark. I love her intensity. I love that. Obviously, she's a young player and still has so much, development ahead of her. But I think her smarts, the way she reads the game, the way she passes the ball, the way she shoots the ball, she can get to the basket, change a pace. And I feel like she probably has the pressure of the world on her shoulder.
Who better than someone who experienced, excelled, and overcame the demands of superstardom to help Clark navigate them? But since the challenges are so great, let's be honest about them. Larry Bird would be venturing into entirely unexplored territory. With distinct rhythms, difficulties, and dynamics, the WNBA is a unique league. Could he adjust his renowned basketball mentality to a completely different setting at the age of 68? The man who notoriously insisted that NBA stars be flawless. Could he use the same level of intensity to help WNBA players? The physical world comes next. The body suffers greatly from coaching. The emotional toll, the lengthy seasons, and the travel. It's a game for young people. During his post-play career, Bird has struggled with back issues. Can his physique withstand the demands of teaching at the highest level once more? Here's what, though, makes this idea so thrilling. Larry Bird has always taken on challenges head-on. Never. By becoming one of the best players in NBA history, he disproved the notion that a slow white boy from Indiana couldn't succeed in the league. He led the Pacers to the NBA Finals despite the criticism that he couldn't coach. He put together the squads that faced LeBron James' Miami Heat, while others claimed he couldn't assemble a winning club as an executive. Larry Bird always responded to skepticism by accomplishing something remarkable. Just the financial ramifications are astounding. Millions of dollars worth of media attention would result if Larry Bird returned to coaching for the Indiana Fever. With a legend like Bird engaged, the WNBA's already unparalleled development would be accelerated beyond anyone's greatest expectations. For the right to broadcast, television networks would be engaged in a fierce battle. Money would be thrown at the Fever by corporate sponsors more quickly than you could count. The stratosphere would be used to sell season tickets. We're discussing a possible economic consequence that might change the WNBA as a whole, not just the Fever franchise. However, money isn't the only factor here. It has to do with legacy. Basketball immortality is already a part of Larry Bird's legacy. As a player, he is inducted into the Hall of Fame. His accomplishments as a coach are self-evident. His time as an executive was exceptionally prosperous. However, coaching in the WNBA would be a completely different experience, particularly at this momentous time when women's basketball is gaining widespread recognition. That would be groundbreaking. This type of plot is desperately needed in the basketball community. Authenticity, true basketball brilliance, and anecdotes that remind us why we initially fell in love with this lovely game are what fans are yearning for. This possible move's psychology is intriguing. Challenges that most might think insurmountable are what Larry Bird thrives on. His motivation is to disprove skeptics. He is motivated by the desire for perfection in its most basic form. The ultimate test of his basketball brilliance would be coaching in the WNBA at this period of rapid growth. Let's also discuss the implications of this for women's basketball. The entire sports world would be affected by the message that an icon like Larry Bird would send by dedicating his time, effort, and reputation to the WNBA. In the eyes of doubters, it would validate women's basketball. It would get media attention that is impossible to purchase with money. Every player in the league would have their profile raised. Caitlin Clark has previously demonstrated her ability to manage high demands and expectations. Throughout her time at Iowa, she flourished under scrutiny. Although she has shown incredible maturity and grace throughout her freshman season, having Larry Bird by her side would propel her growth to previously unthinkable heights.
About the WNBA before Caitlin Clark and the WNBA after Caitlin Clark. Describe these two worlds.
Oh, entirely different. 180, The WNBA before started in 1997, the year after the Atlanta Olympics, and was launched into a time when women's sports was still not taken seriously by a lot of, people in this country.
The basketball IQ combination comes to mind. Bird's renowned strategic mind and competitive fire were paired with Clark's amazing court vision and basketball reflexes. This combo has the potential to create basketball magic that has never been witnessed before. The opportunities for mentorship are just incredible. No other coach could possibly teach Clark how to deal with pressure like Bird could. He knows what it's like to represent basketball amid a period of profound change. He is skilled at transforming individual brilliance into group accomplishment. He is an expert at motivating everyone around him to accomplish at their highest level. Most significantly, though, Larry Bird knows what it means to win. Winning at the championship level, not simply throughout the regular season. The kind of victory that distinguishes victors from others and calls for selflessness, devotion, and an unshakable commitment to excellence. Everything is in order for the Indiana Fever to enjoy a memorable season. Caitlin Clark possesses a gift that transcends generations. They have up-and-coming talent like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston. They have a fan base that is incredibly passionate and an organization dedicated to winning. The last component they could require is a coach who can take all of that skill and turn it into something genuinely championship caliber. Is Larry Bird the piece that's missing? Could the hick from French Lick return to coaching glory in the WNBA for the last time? Would we be able to see the ultimate basketball fantasy? An Indiana club is led to unprecedented heights by a Boston Celtics legend. It appears that the basketball gods are coming together for something truly remarkable.